Good evening. This is the Elliott Wave update for the S&P 500 for Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. For a day that truly was strongly higher, the market to me felt like it was an inside day. Even though it held higher and the S&P was up close to 100 to over 100 points for most of the session, it still felt like an inside day. So let's kind of dive in and see what took place and what is happening now. I'm going to go out here to the daily chart. Nothing's really changed. Make sure, nope, got to be 2 in there. And this is the one I want to take off. There. So there's nothing really changing other than, again, we're in a minute 4. And the minute 4, even within it, does not look like it's done. So what we got going on is, in my opinion, this again is likely, actually, I did go back. I went to the closing basis and I need to put that 3 and the 5 back over here. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to do that. And this is A and this is B and this is 1, 2, 3. These are all the 4. And then we're going to do a 5 and still have a chance up here. So let me open that up a little bit. As soon as you get friendly with me, there you go. So you can see how it felt inside? It just, yeah, it was a steady climb and the little points of up, going to move, up, going to move. And that, caught a lot of people off balance, like, oh, great, thanks. I just shorted that and now you're pushing it right into my nose. So regardless, that actually was the opening salvo. And it was pretty incredible. It was very incredible. I think we still have room and I think we still can get up here. But as I open this up, you can see that that 200 is just flat, not going anywhere. So I do think that what happens is 3,800 should present hopefully a strong front. Now, with the lack of actually participants, the volumes were not all that great. And I'm going to tell you, even if I look at this and go like, well, the S&P had 1.5 million from Sunday at 6 p.m. through yesterday, through today. That's how we got to 1.5 million. So that's not just today. And so the volumes are like not all that great. The NASDAQ, less than 650,000 starting on Sunday at 6 p.m. till today. So it's unfortunate that there's low volume because we get these great moves and there's just nobody to push it in any other direction. So it holds itself higher. Now, what could this be telling us? I still believe that we are in, whether I move this to here, this is all going to be a part of a minute wave 4, which in all honesty has not a whole lot of steam. That makes it look like it does because it all was that opening salvo. That was it. And then it just got held in the upper area after it went up, created the high early in the session within the first hour. That was it. Couple of challenges, end of day challenge, failure. So nothing really to add. We have to leave open the possibility that we're going to go up one more time, finish this off. This resistance and that moving average hopefully is likely going to hold. We might break above, but I just don't see a whole lot of reasons for this market to get itself excited as if it needs to declare that as a bottom. As much as I think some of the people that are buying wish that would be the case, it's like you got to get realistic here. Again, I'm looking at what's the evidence? Has inflation suddenly just walked out the door and said, thank you for the party, I'm done? Have interest rates prices, oh man, we're a little tired here. We're gonna let rates kind of top out here for a little bit. We got to back off. Has inflation decided again to take a vacation? Has the prices the last time you went to the grocery store or bought gas decided to decline? Last I looked, oh gee, crude oil's up. So things have not changed. We may want them to. And in reality, under one of the counts that I have, Yes, we're close, but I still think we need to drop down to this level. And I did put in for what a C wave could look at like as compared to that A wave. We can do that and put and get a different view, a C wave view. What was that high? 24. Okay. And this one, though, was 31. Thank you. There you go. So we have 35, 3491, 3500. Where the C wave would be 1.618 times the length of the A wave, and that is a perfect. That is a perfect Fibonacci relationship that is very common among C waves. And we have a 50%, which would be the entire a retracement level from the March 2020 low to the high. That would be a 50% retracement. That's another circle, run it around. And then we do have additional fibs that we can connect for the minute wave 5, which brings us all the way inside this. So yeah, that still exists. And from here, 200 points. Less, 170, 160, 70 points. Okay, so these things are possible, and they could unfold over several days. It doesn't have to happen as quickly as this, although S&P was up over 100 today at one point, and it could do it again to the downside. So that's the picture. I'm sticking to it right now. For tomorrow, let me see if I can get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, we'll leave the other one on. For tomorrow, we need to leave open the potential for the market to get itself up here, do one more little push, and to complete the C wave as a part of the minute 4, and then let's take a turn and then complete the minute 5. What's going to tell us if we don't get up here and we start to turn and break, we break the 8, it's going to be breaking below. Come on. I'm so sorry. My computer doesn't always like it. I try. Now I got to get that up to the hourly because those are the right moving averages. There we go. See, if it starts to break below the 20 at 37.50, then the 50 at 37.32. If I have to count this as the C wave, here is 1. If it breaks below 37.06, the top is likely in. And I would be looking for it to eventually break below 36.39, which is that extreme low, on that little tie on the tail, to easily break that and start heading down towards that 3,500 level. And then I'll re-add the fibs that go along with it and give it on the way down once it does begin. So tomorrow, leave room for the upside. Do expect the downside to begin. We might have another day of holding the market higher, and that's primarily going to be based on 5 or 6 stocks that are in the S&P that are also strong in the NASDAQ, one of them being Google. Seems like they're kind of moving in because Google is up next to do a 20-for-1 stock split. There are people that want Google because their belief is that, well, you buy a stock that's going to split that big because A, it increases a lot of the volatility, but at a much lower level where more people can participate. So the stock turnover will be tremendous. Instead of doing like 4 million shares, it'll start doing 40 million shares and even more. And that's kind of what they want. So a lot of adjustments to be made on that level. And it could just continue tomorrow. And then once the sellers move in on a more broad base, Google goes with it. It's all a part of the party. So I'm going to leave it all right there. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Trade smart, trade careful. And the next update will be on Wednesday, the 22nd.